Welcome to Blue Baron Truck Mounts here in Lecanto, Florida. We had a previous video on the Baron Buster APO, Automatic Pump Out System, and we're going to give a few wiring tips so that when you do buy this, it'll be very easy to hook up. We're going by the basic relay, which is right here, and just to let you know that ground will be labeled, the switch will be labeled for your float switch, and the source voltage coming in from your battery will be labeled as well. So the only two wires that need to be hooked up is your ground here and your switch here. So it's real easy. Basically, you will have a 14 gauge wire coming in, and that will be supplied in the kit. There will be wiring instructions and a diagram, so it'll be easy to hook up. Basically, right now, we have this tapped in on my UTV right here to pull 12 volts from the battery. And just to let you know that once this is hooked up, you're good to go. Like I said, I'm going to make this very simple. A lot of places that sell the pump out, they don't go into the wiring scheme or the wiring diagram. I just want this to be easy for end users. Again, if you have to call our number right there, there it is. So it's hooked up now, so when I move this switch to the up position, like in other words the water's coming up, it's going to connect the two wires together, which is 30, which is battery. That's 30 on the relay, which is this right here. And then it's connected to the switch side. So the switch of these two, this will come in contact with 12 volts. It'll complete the circuit for 12 and thus turn on the motor. So it's a real easy setup. If you want to get really technical about it, pin 87 goes to the pump or any device that you're trying to turn on. The switch again is your float switch, pin 30. So the switch is pin 86, 30 on for the battery source, 12 volts, and 85 for ground. So all the ground is hooked up. The ground coming from your pump is hooked up. The ground coming in from your battery ground, which is going to be the common ground here, will be your battery ground. A lot of people like to call it chassis ground because originally when you're on a truck mount it becomes part of your chassis ground. So anyway, it's just a simple hookup. And so a lot of this, all this will be labeled, so it'll make it real easy for you. Now watch what happens when I turn this the other way. You can hear it turning on. And then when I turn this the other way, like the water had emptied out, there you go. So that's how that works. It's a very reliable system, very nicely priced. And if you have any questions, call me at 727-505-2989. Look us up online at truckmountstore.com 24/7. The next video I have will be hooked up to the tank to show you it and how it all ties together and how it's connected. Again, this is your input, comes through, and here's your discharge. Pretty easy to understand. And of course, we got two different types of adapters depending on the size of your conduit or the nipple female that comes off, the female coupling. So we give you a lot of options here to make it easier for the hookup. And again, you can change the angle in which this goes to accommodate this, the distance from where the port is, the output port on your tank, which is toward the bottom. So on the next video, I'll show you how that hooks up, and you'll see how easy it is and how nice this thing flows.